Hey guys, this is Aether Bunny, and this is a video about movies that have changed my life. We're going to start off with, of course, Lord of the Rings. Being a huge fantasy fan as a kid and then seeing these films as a teenager, they made a huge impact on me, and I just fell in love with the world and the characters, as so many people did. And this scene, which is Aragorn's unbelievable, inimitable speech in front of the Black Gates, is by far and away my favorite scene in the entire trilogy. It's actually modeled after the St. Crispin's Day speech from the Shakespeare play Henry V. There are a lot of these types of speeches in various films. You can see some of them in like locker room speech scenes where the coach is getting the team riled up. But this one, to me, just struck such an incredible deep chord because in this scene, um, the protagonists, the remains of the Fellowship, have been through hell and back, and right here, they now believe that Frodo is dead. And they are at the Black Gates knowing that they are not here to win this fight. There's no way they can win this fight. They're only here to give their lives so that Frodo can have a ghost of a chance of defeating Sauron. And even faced with this incredible, painful reality, they're still going forward and fighting anyway, and it's all because of the words that Aragorn speaks to them. So whenever I hear this speech, I always feel ready to go and kick ass.
Endure so much pain. And he did, Gandalf. He did. Oh. And who is this? Isildur's heir. It takes more to make a king than a broken elvish play.
Guess that concludes negotiations.
I do not believe it. I will not. Pull back! Pull back! Hold your ground! Hold your ground! Sons of Gondor! Of Rohan! My brothers! I see in your eyes the same fear that would take the heart of me. A day may come when the courage of men fails, when we forsake our friends and break all bonds of fellowship. But it is not this day. An hour of wolves and shattered shields when the age of men comes crashing down. But it is not this day. This day we fight. By all that you hold dear on this good earth, I bid you stand, men of the West!
This next clip is all of the transformation sequences from the anime Sailor Moon. And I first saw this show when I was in grade school, and I have to say, Sailor Moon really did change my life. It wasn't just that this was the first anime that I ever watched, and I've seen countless others since then. I'm still a huge anime fan to this day. It was the fact that because of the character designs from the show and just how much I loved it, it got me into drawing in a serious way. You know, to this day, I still try to draw at least one picture every day. And I started by trying to imitate the character designs from this show and the accompanying comic books. The other really awesome thing about Sailor Moon is that if you look at it from a feminist perspective, it's not without flaw, but it portrays women warriors in a very different way. Instead of adopting any sort of masculine characteristics, and I'm using a huge stereotype there, all of the Sailor Senshi fight and die for the people that they love in short skirts and high heels, looking gorgeous and beautiful, and you never forget for a moment that these are women. They don't attempt to imitate men to fight because they don't have to. Being a woman in the universe of Sailor Moon is incredibly powerful. In fact, The main character, Sailor Moon, 9 times out of 10, she rescues her prince, not the other way around. The other kind of a revolutionary thing about this show was the way that it played with the concepts of sexuality and gender. The next two transformation sequences you're going to see, this one and the following one, are the two transformation sequences of the canonical gay couple in the show. Haruka and Michiru were one of the first gay couples in anime that was pitched at younger children, if I'm remembering this correctly. And in that way, it was kind of amazing for me to see as I got older and noticed some of the subtler aspects of the show. I'm just going to let the last couple of transformation sequences play out. They're so beautiful and so much fun, and I'm so excited that this show is getting a much needed reboot that should be released in summer 2013. The next scene that you're going to see is from one of my favorite films of all time, and I'm starting this a little early so you can see it in its entirety with sound. It's from the movie A Little Princess. This is the most influential film that I've ever seen. I saw it when I was very young. All it takes is this scene and this song to send me into just cascading sobs. It's beautiful, and I will always treasure it as a film that emphasizes and understands the power of a young girl's imagination and how desperately important that imagination is to her survival. So I'm just going to let it speak for itself.